commandeering your fastest horses on behalf of the Amelin seat in the White Tower. I cannot give her away to followers. Clever.
Do you need help?
Where does this road lead?
Tar Valon.
Of course it does.
What happened to your horse?
It'll be a day or two before she discovers the truth.
Tell me the truth. All of it.
You did not defeat the Dark One at the Eye of the World. Ishamael, the leader of the Forsaken. And now Ishamael is loose and he has released Lanfear. And we have no hope of winning the last battle.
Where are they?
They told me to race the horses to the tower as fast as I could.
Stop talking. Whose idea was it?
The Aes Sedai's.
She's more ruthless than I imagined, using you as bait.
I'll not tell nobody you were looking for them.
Oh, I know you will.
Before we move on to the next topic, if you have anything you'd like to dive deeper into from the previous segment, please leave a comment below. If it's convenient, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. Lanfear's greatest weapon is not her power with the One Power. It is her mind. It is her ability to manipulate others to weave intricate webs of deception that ensnare kings, Forsaken, and even the Dragon Reborn himself. She is a master of subtlety, of reading people, of knowing exactly what to say and do to get what she wants. She does not rely on brute force to achieve her goals. She relies on manipulation, on fear, on hope, on desire. She knows that the easiest way to control someone is to give them what they crave most. For Rand, it is connection, understanding, a break from the burden of being the Dragon Reborn. For the other Forsaken, it is power recognition, the chance to rule. For the nations of the Westlands, it is peace security, the end of the Trolloc Wars. Lanfear uses all of these cravings to her advantage. She appears to each person as exactly what they need her to be. She is a lover to Rand, ally to the Forsaken, a savior to the nations. But beneath each mask is the same cold, calculating mind working tirelessly to further her own agenda. One of the most brilliant examples of Lanfear's manipulation is her handling of the Aiel. The Aiel are a proud warrior people who have lived in the Waste for centuries. They are fiercely independent and distrustful of outsiders. But Lanfear saw in them a powerful army, a force that could be used to further her goals. She traveled to the Waste, disguised as Selene, a beautiful and mysterious woman who claimed to be a channeler. She befriended Rand, who was traveling with the Aiel at the time, and used him to gain access to their leaders. She told the Aiel that she could help them find the Karakarn, the chief of chiefs who had been prophesied to unite the Aiel and lead them out of the Waste. She told them that Rand was the Karakarn and that she could help him fulfill his destiny. The Aiel believed her. They saw her as a prophet, a messenger from the spirits. They trusted her with their most sacred beliefs, their most closely guarded secrets. But Lanfear had no interest in helping the Aiel. She had no interest in uniting them or leading them to glory. She saw them as a tool, a means to an end. She wanted to use their army to defeat her enemies, to conquer the Westlands, to further her own quest for power. And when Rand refused to play along, when he chose to lead the Aiel according to their own traditions instead of her plans, Lanfear abandoned them. She left the Waste without a second thought, leaving the Aiel to face the consequences of her manipulation. Lanfear's manipulation of the Forsaken is even more intricate. She knows that the Forsaken are a fractious group driven by greed, jealousy, and ambition. They hate each other as much as they hate the light. Lanfear uses this to her advantage. She plays them against each other, forming alliances with one Forsaken to defeat another, then turning on her former ally when it suits her. She feeds them false information, makes them believe that other Forsaken are plotting against them, and ensures that no single Forsaken becomes powerful enough to challenge her. Belal, Robin, Samael, all of them fell victim to her manipulations. They thought they were using her, but in reality she was using them. She turned their own ambition against them, made them believe that they could achieve power by serving her only to betray them when they were no longer useful. But Lanfear's manipulation is not just limited to individuals. She also manipulates entire factions, entire nations. She has infiltrated the White Tower, using her power to disguise herself as a Aes Sedai and spread dissent and confusion. She has manipulated the nations of the Westlands, pitting them against each other to weaken their defenses and make them easier to conquer. She has even manipulated the pattern itself using her knowledge of the Age of Legends to predict events, to alter outcomes, to ensure that everything aligns with her plan. Central to Lanfear's manipulation is her knowledge as Moiraine Arenile. During the Age of Legends, Moiraine was one of the foremost experts on the one power on the pattern, on the very nature of reality. She knows things that no one else knows. She knows how to tap into hidden sources of power, how to manipulate the pattern to her will, how to break the rules that govern the world. This knowledge is her most valuable asset. It allows her to do things that other Chaniers can only dream of. It allows her to manipulate the one power in ways that are impossible for others. It allows her to see the future, to predict the actions of her enemies, to stay one step ahead of everyone else. Her mastery of both Sedin and Saidar is another key tool in her manipulation. Most channelers can only channel one half of the one power. Men channel Sedin, women channel Saidar. But Lanfear is different. She can channel both. This gives her a unique advantage. She can understand the strengths and weaknesses of both male and female channelers. She can use Saidin to counter Saidar and vice versa. She can create weaves that no other channeler can match, that are more powerful, more versatile, more deadly. This mastery of the one power allows her to manipulate others on a deeper level. She can use Saidin to influence the minds of men to make them do her bidding. She can use Saidar to manipulate the emotions of women to make them trust her, to follow her. She can use both to create illusions, to make people see what she wants them to see, to believe what she wants them to believe. Lanfear's manipulation is not just about controlling others. It is about controlling reality itself. She wants to rewrite the rules of the world to make it conform to her will.